Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Dion, and I'm a PhD candidate at medical engineering. I've had the absolute pleasure of working with my mentee, Jaina, for the past 5 months. Jaina is an eighth grader at Thomas Russell Middle School in Milpitas. She has done an incredible job of learning HTML and website design in addition to researching cognitive sciences. I'm very excited for her to be able to share her final product with you, which is a website to teach you about cognitive science, particularly sleep, memory, and dreams. In her spare time, Jaina loves reading, art, running, science, and contributing to her school's leadership team. Her positive attitude, determination, intelligence, and excitement has made working with her an absolute fantastic experience. I enjoy trading stories with her each meeting about our weeks. Here she is to present her outstanding project.
Um, First of all, I'm very, very excited to finally be presenting. It's been a long run since I last saw all of you guys with the mid magic presentation check, and I can't stop smiling today because I'm really excited. So this slide is all about my mentor, and Michelle is currently obtaining her PhD in medical physics and medical engineering at MIT. She works on developing biodegradable materials to use in medicine for the treatment of cancer and autoimmune diseases. She was born in Boston, Massachusetts, where she got her undergrad in chemical engineering at MIT. And post-graduation, she moved to San Francisco and worked at a company called Genentech. She is now back in Boston to complete her PhD at MIT. Her hobbies are very much like mine. They're reading, running, baking, writing, playing, or coaching field hockey. And some of her plans, goals, hopes for the future are to write a novel, discover a technology that allows medicines to officially treat cancer, and she hopes to run her own research group so she can combine her interests in research and strategy. She also hopes to qualify for the Boston Marathon, which I think is very cool, and she wants to travel the world. So um, my project is named Project P Squared. It's a combination of combining my interests in psychology and programming. My main final product is a website. The secondary product is a branches of psychology presentation, and the tertiary product, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, are the flashcards on the 10 most common dreams that people have. Some of my reasons for selecting this project was that I wanted to learn HTML and CSS, and I didn't have any programming background before I started Magic, so I was really excited to get into programming. I also wanted to explore the different brain functions and branches within cognitive psychology specifically, more on that later. And I was hoping to combine my love for biology and explore technology through this project. Some of the topics and technologies I learned in this project were HTML and CSS and a little bit of JavaScript near the end. Cognitive psychology, such as memory, all about sleep, dreams. In memory, I learned the processes involved, the different types of memory. I learned about the sleep cycle, different sleep disorders, treatments of the different sleep disorders. I also learned about some theories behind dreaming, such as why we dream, what our brain is doing when we dream, and this was just for fun, but I thought, why not make it more interactive and make flashcards on the 10 most common dreams that people have. So the first step in completing my project was to come up with a project. So explore the topic of cognitive psychology and narrow down resources for the website content. Step 2 was to begin taking notes on the subtopics we decided. So we decided to do memory, sleep, and dreams because those were essentially what I felt were that was essentially what I felt cognitive psychology is. Step 3 was to begin taking CSS and HTML lessons on Khan Academy. Step 4 was to begin using the Atom 2 editor, as you can see the logo on the bottom left corner, to write HTML code for the website. And it was based on the content information I had gathered at the time because I didn't have all my content information added, but I wanted to get started on the techno technology portion of my project. Step 5 was to look for and embed CSS into my HTML. This was challenging for me. Step 6 was to create an account on GitHub and upload the HTML and CSS onto GitHub. Step 7 was to continue updating the website based on new information and content. I created the web pages with the content information. I added the href links, which are internal links within the website so I could move from page to page. I created a comment section on the website, and I added references to the website, which are links I used for my content information. I also added images to the website, which was probably the easiest thing to add to the website. And that is the GitHub logo. So with the project almost done, step 8, I had create flashcards for the 10 most common dreams. Step 9 was to create a Prezi presentation on the different branches of psychology, just to give viewers of the website a little bit more of a background as to what the different branches of psychology are, what psychology actually is. And I had to embed the Prezi in my HTML. Step 10 was to publish my website on GitHub. And step 11 was to create a video for the most common dreams flashcards. Step 11 was mostly just for fun. Step 10 was quite challenging. My magical experience was, it's been amazing actually, and some of the highlights were meeting with my mentor every week, working on the website after embedding the CSS, because the CSS just made the website look very cool and just like very pretty and good to like nice to look at. Some of the other highlights were creating flashcards for the different dreams and making a video. And I really liked brainstorming the name for the project because I think I really liked the name of the project. Some of the lessons I learned were how to code using HTML and CSS and a little bit of JavaScript, and how to publish a website on GitHub. I also learned about the various branches of psychology, but specifically areas of cognitive psychology, such as dreams, sleep, and mental processes. Some of the challenges I had were embedding the CSS onto the website because initially I thought I would create my own CSS, and then I realized how difficult that would be because you have to think of a bunch of components to add to the website. You have to add a sidebar or just a table of contents. And instead, I found some CSS templates online, but even after finding the CSS templates, it was very difficult to embed the CSS into my HTML. And at this point, I was still on the Atom editor, so I hadn't published my website onto GitHub yet because we had some challenges embedding the CSS onto GitHub. Some of my other challenges were learning how to format the code in the editor because initially when I looked at all the tags and everything, it was just very, very confusing. So I had to organize my code in a way that I would be able to read it and to publish the code onto GitHub. These are some pictures of my code. Index.html is the first web page on the left, and on the right is my second web page, sleep.html. And these are the one on the left is dreams.html, my third blog entry, and the fourth one is, and the one on the right is common.html. Welcome to the world of P-Squared. So this is my blog about cognitive psychology. My name is Jaina Gandhi, and it's been just me, myself, and I exploring the depths of our mind. I've always wondered how the brain works. Why are we able to do the things that we can't do? What happens when we sleep? Does our brain rest or does it continue working all night long? These are only a few of the questions I've answered on this website. What is psychology? Psychology is the study of the mind and behaviors, and there are many different branches of psychology. Here is some background on all the different branches. Cognitive psychology, which is the one my website is based on, is the study of internal mental processes, processes in our brain such as thinking, memory, attention, language, problem solving, etc. Basically, processes that we use in everyday life. Abnormal psychology is the study of abnormal behavior or behavior that's not according to society's norms. For instance, schizophrenia is a disorder that affects your judgment and ability to think clearly. Behavioral psychology is the study of the relation between the mind and behaviors. For instance, the study of how habits form and how people respond to a stimulated atmosphere. Biopsychology. Biopsychology is the study of how different aspects of the brain influence different behaviors, or how different parts of the brain control different behaviors, such as anger. Developmental psychology. Developmental psychology is the study of how organisms change and mature over a period of time. For instance, behavioral growth from an infant to a toddler, or us being in middle school, going over to high school. Comparative psychology is the study of behavior and mental processes in animals. For instance, studying the differences between animals and humans and their behaviors. Cross-cultural psychology. This is the study of human behavior and mental processes under diverse conditions and cultural variants. For instance, how your culture or where you come from impacts your way of thinking. Social psychology is the study of how people think, act, or feel in the context of society. For instance, someone's behavior towards a specific organization or group of people. Thank you for watching the Prezi presentation. In this demo, we will be exploring the programming part of Project P Squared. So I would like to explore the different features and aspects of my website rather than the content displayed on the blog. So the website is a product of HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript. The website itself is made from scratch and contains internal links that take the viewer to different web pages on the website, like the Read More and the popular posts. The popular posts that are listed are internal links and can take the viewer to the corresponding blog entry. For instance, the first blog entry on memory. If I click on sleep, I can go to the blog entry on sleep. If I click on dreaming theories, I could go to the blog entry on dreaming theories. And common dreams takes us back to the 10 most common dreams page. The references section is also based on internal links. I can click on the resources and they will take me to the internet source. These are all the resources I use for each one of my blog entries. And the next part of my blog website is the comment section created using JavaScript. I can write a comment and post it on my website. Some future work I would like to do concerning the website would be to work on improving and updating the comment section. So there's a database where all the comments can be stored.